guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Denali and I'm a full-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. My store and closet name is DUCHO, ELDUCHO, and you can find me on Instagram as DUCHO Thrift. If you're not subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be, hit the button down below. And if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up on your way out today. All right, so today I am back with another What Sold video. So this is for the week of February 24th through March 1st. These are my eBay sales, my Poshmark sales, and then I did one Facebook Marketplace sale that I will tell you about. So for that week, I have my notes here per usual. I did $2,690.24 for the purposes of this video. I'm probably going to round up in the title and say $2,700. So yeah, it was a great week. I've been saying this for the past couple of weeks, but if you have been watching my What Sold videos, you'll see that my sales have been increasing since January. January was a little bit slower for me for a few reasons. If you're curious about that, go back and watch some of those videos. If you're new to my What Sold videos, I'm going to tell you about the 5 highest grossing sales of the week. That doesn't always necessarily mean that they're like the best sales, because in some weeks, some of the sales that I tell you about are maybe from like an item I've had for a year or more. So although I may have gotten a great price for it, you know, I really had to hold on to the item for a long time. So I try and give my input on whether it was a good or bad purchase. So just to keep that in mind. But to get things started, let's talk about eBay. So on eBay, I did $2,008.24 and I sold 62 items. That's an average sold price of $32.39 per item. So the first item I sold was a Spell and the Gypsy Collective dress. This is a beautiful dress. I love selling this brand. I don't often or almost never come across it. It has a very high retail value. It has a very high resale value, and it is definitely an in-demand brand. So should you ever come across it, perhaps you should comp it and maybe purchase the item, because for the right purchase price, it might be a great item to resell. So I sold this dress for $150, and I wrote down that I listed it on February 13th of this past month. So that sold pretty quickly, because I'm talking about sales from the 24th through the 30th or through the 1st. So like a week or something. But yeah. The next item I sold was a pair of Rothy's. So these are a size 6.5. I think they're a loafer style from what I remember. I've been saying every week that I've noticed what I have been getting for Rothy's has been coming down in price. Excuse me. Unless you have like a special or rare print, that's going to be the exception, or that would be my exception. However, for this pair, I got $90. So I have been usually getting $100 or more. I'm not saying that that's a bad, selling price for it necessarily, but it all depends on what you invested in the item. I did pay up for these, so for me, it was not the best flip. I listed these on January 4th, so they did take about what is that, like 7 or 8 weeks to sell, so not too bad. And they were a smaller size, so I'm not sure if that played a factor in it also. It very well could have. Okay, the next item I sold was this Ming Wang textured cardigan. If you heard in prior What Sold videos, I think I talked about that I had come across literally a lot of these in a thrift store one day. It was amazing. I think I purchased almost all of them. And yeah, I've been slowly selling them off, or not so slowly. This one sold for $66.49. I listed on February 3rd and took about 3 weeks to sell. So I was very happy with that. All right, the next item, I'm glad this one made my top 5 highest sales, because I wanted to talk about this one. It was a pair of overalls by the brand Lucy and Yak. I'd never heard of this brand before. I saw it in the thrift store. I thought it looked interesting, so of course I looked up comps on it. And I saw that there was like 100% sell-through, and that people were getting kind of around the price that I was getting, like, $50 to $60 for them. So I immediately grabbed them because they were cheap or inexpensive for me to purchase. And they sold, I think, within 8 hours or less. It could have been 5 hours. Should I have priced it higher? Maybe. I went off of other sold comps that I found. If you're curious about what I use to look up comps, I either use an app called Completely, which is only available for iPhones, and it only looks up comps on eBay. I also use Terapeak, which is available to folks who have eBay store subscriptions. And then if all else fails and I can't find any other comps, I'll go to Poshmark to see if they have any comps there. But anyways, I had looked up what the initial price of these overalls are, and generally I think they sell for like, offhand, I think it was like $70 or $80. So I thought, okay, $59.99, maybe that's even a little high, but yeah, maybe I could have asked for more. So if you see Lucy and Yak, maybe buy them. Okay, and the last item I was going to tell you about is this Icelandic design cardigan. I sold this for $52.54, and I listed on February 3rd. So again, took a few weeks to sell. I had a lot of interest on the item, but I was waiting for somebody to pull the trigger and make me an offer, and it finally happened. All right, so Poshmark. On Poshmark, I did $582 in sales. I sold 19 items, and that is an average sold price of $30.63. So the first item I sold was this St. John cardigan. It was like a longer, almost like tunic style cardigan. I sold this for $81, and I sold it on I listed on February 22nd, and then, yeah, I guess it sold just a few days later. So if you are somebody who is in the school of thought that you can't list more mature brands on platforms like Poshmark, I mean, here I sold St. John there. I could have probably asked a little bit more for this cardigan. However, there was a very, very tiny little spot, an untreated spot that probably actually would have come up with a proper cleaning. However, you know, a spot is a spot nonetheless. And so, of course, I disclosed it, and, you know, I listed it for less money. All right, the next item I sold was this Torrid dress. I sold this for $79, and I listed this on January 19th of this year. This is something I purchased for myself and didn't end up using. So I don't know if I really made money on it, like, because this is something I bought in a retail store for myself. Yeah. Maybe I don't think I made any money on it. You know what I mean? Like, my purchase price was probably somewhere around what I sold it for price. So anyway, it's a beautiful dress. If you see it, pick it up, because I sold one for $79. Mine was new with tags, so food for thought there. The next item I have to show you about is this Show Me Your Muumuu tunic. This sold for $39 and sold on February 25th. So I listed it and it sold that day. So that was quick. I don't know if I should have listed it for more, but I think, again, based on comparables that I had looked up, that's what I should have asked for it. So, you know, if you price your item at kind of the average sold price, I'm finding items tend to sell quickly, which I like for items to sell quickly. That means I get my money back plus more. Okay, so next is this Eileen Fisher cardigan. I believe it was linen. Again, a more mature brand that people maybe don't think, you know, to list on Poshmark, but sell very well for me. So this is an Eileen Fisher cardigan. I sold it for $38. I listed on February 13th and took about a week or so to sell, so not so bad. The next item is this Ming Wang cardigan set. So this one sold for less. I sold this one for $35, and this one was a set, so in theory it should have actually probably gone for double what I sold it for, $35. However, it wasn't until I got this one home that I noticed on the cardigan there was snagging, which I disclosed in the listing, and so because of that, I obviously was going to ask less. Did I still make money on it? Yeah, I did, because I believe I didn't purchase them for a lot of money. So it's a win-win, because, you know, it was concerning, like, when I saw it, I was like, oh man, like, I'm not going to get as much money for this item now, but it's all good. And I listed on, I don't know if I said, I listed on February 3rd, and then it sold obviously this past week. So about 3 weeks. And lastly, I threw in another one for fun. Another item that was mine, this Just Fab, the brand Just Fab, cape, blazer. It was really cute, but it didn't look so cute on me, or I wasn't liking it on me. It was new with tags. I sold it for $35. I listed on February 20th, and again, it sold probably within a few days, full price. I think it was a full price sale. I don't think I offered a discount, but maybe I did. I'm not sure that I made any money on it because I purchased it myself retail and then didn't wear it, so I just resold it again. But I wanted to throw this one in because I think people don't necessarily think of it as a brand that maybe would sell well, but this one sold really quickly, so I just kind of want to throw it in to make sure I had a very well-rounded what sold video to tell you guys about. Okay, and lastly, I had a Facebook Marketplace sale. So I do sell on Facebook Marketplace, not a ton. I probably would have sell more there if I listed more. What a concept. But anyways, I had a large lot of Imaginext toys. If you have a child that is my son's age, you'll know what those are. I had a large lot of them, and I didn't want to list them online because I just didn't want to deal with the shipping because there's all these pieces, and it just would have been a massive box that I needed to put them in. So I decided to sell them locally. Now, when you sell it locally, you're probably going to take a little bit less because there's a lot of people selling them locally for really low prices because they're just clearing out their closet. So I have had this in my house for a while, this big box that I was keeping of them. But then somebody messaged me and offered me $100, and I took it. Selling on Facebook Marketplace is fairly easy. You just list items, and the nice part is, it gets shown to other people in your nearby community. So it does feel, kind of safer to me because you can look at their profiles, and sometimes you're even mutual friends with people, which is kind of weird also. But yeah, so yeah, I made $100, and that was my sales for what did I say? The 24th through the 1st. It was a great week. I'm hoping this next week shapes up to be amazing as well. I hope you are all having wonderful sales yourself and getting a lot of work done this week. But until we speak again, au revoir. Bye.